What's happening, everybody? We in here. We up in here. We just a little bit different view today. Usually in that portrait mode, we just had to go landscape, check it out a little bit. Maybe you guys can see us or these stylish little faces a little bit bigger on your screen, man. So appreciate everybody popping in. But we out here on a Wednesday, back at it. We got a big game tomorrow. Game 2 of the preseason against Houston. We had a little bit of a joint practice yesterday. Had a bunch of stuff pop through. All the beat writers out there hitting us with a bunch of updates, just kind of how we did. So we're going to talk about joint practice. We're going to talk about the updates from offense, how they look to defense. We're going to see if you guys have any concerns. If you're satisfied where we're at, we're going to talk about it. We're going to also talk about a little bit of news. A lot of people are talking about Vita Vea. There's obviously some news dropped a couple hours ago. We'll talk about that as well. Then we're just going to do a big review as it relates to this game tomorrow. Some of the players that you're looking for, some of the things that you expect, some of the players that you want to see either shine or, man, just start stacking some performances. So we're going to talk about it, chop it up. But one thing, man, it's exciting that we have our second preseason game. That just means one more step to week 1, regular season. If you don't know, we're going to be out here. We're going to be at week 1. So definitely hit us up on social media. Let us know if you're going to be out there week 1. We can put a name to face. We're going to be at Tap and Ash on Saturday. Shout out to our guy, Dub Raider. He's going to be putting on a little bit of a meet and greet or a little bit of Raider gathering at Tap and Ash on Saturday. Go check that out for sure. We'll be there. But, man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, but definitely tap in. Do us a big favor. I guess in this mode, you can't double tap the screen. So if you could just hit the like button.
Hit the like button.
Hit that like button. Hit that sub button. We do a sub only chat. If you want to get included in the chat, man, we definitely appreciate everything you guys are rocking with us. So before we get going, man, gotta say what's up to my guys, man. I appreciate everybody popping in. But just remember, I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. Got Chris, Protect Show Podcast on this side. You got the Severe Raider. Appreciate you guys, man. Let's say what's up, man. Chris, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Got some interesting reports over the last couple of days with joint practice. Can't wait to talk about that. But overall, I'm doing good. Living here in the Midwest. Had some tornadoes and all kinds of stuff going on, man.
Did you?
I might come out to Cali, man. Where it never rained. You know what I'm saying? Where it never rained.
Raphael Sadiq let y'all know, man. They been telling y'all.
That's what scared my wife out of Texas. I'm gonna let you know right now. That's the reason why we left Texas was because a tornado ripped through right next to Dallas Love Airport.
Yeah.
It was the day before I was supposed to fly out, and I kind of made the mistake. I videotaped just the destruction as on my way to the airport, and she goes, "That's it, we're gone, we're leaving,
we out of there."
All right, so we took off. So yeah, tornadoes are no joke. Severe, what's going on, big dog? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing fantastic, man. Yeah, come on out to Cali, man. The only twisters out here is when you get some girls together and you're gonna want to play a little left foot blue, right foot here. Only twisters we got out here, baby. It's like,
the blue dot's right here. That's the only blue dot.
Right.
You gotta reach for that one.
You gotta reach it. Oh man. But yeah, man. Hey, doing good. Eager to talk about this joint practice. And see what we're going to do about this preseason game tomorrow against one of the better teams in the league. My boy Cole Ridge was out there doing his thing.
That's what's up, man. Hey, but again, guys, we're going to be out there week 1. We're going to a couple things before we get. We're going to hit up the chat in just a second, just so you guys know. For me, I will be actually live tomorrow. Shout out. We'll see if my guys just want to pop in, but it's going to be kind of an open forum. I'm going to go live tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time for the Houston game. If you want to jump in there, if you guys want to check us out, I'll have the live updates of the game up on the screen. It'll be really the one and only time I'm going to go live. But I'm going to do it for kind of a special occasion. We're going to be doing a $10 raffle. If you want to get included in that, shout out to Cheeto. I see you in the building. We'll be raffling off 3 jerseys. So you have a $10 raffle. You have 3 opportunities to win a jersey of your choice, either Brock Bowers, Genty, or Mendoza. But also, if you get included in that raffle, then we're going to do just a giveaway at the end of the game. And throughout it, have a little fun, play a couple games, just chill out, have a good time. Again, probably the only time I'm going to go live during a game. I don't like doing it because I'm glued to the TV. But tomorrow, for the Houston game, 4 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to go live and all the way through the game. Have a little bit of fun. Hopefully, you guys join up and rock out. So that's what I'll be doing. But Chris, if you want to let everybody know what you're doing and Severe's doing, week 3.
Yeah, man. Salute week 3. Me and my boy Severe, my boy Turf. Salute to Myra G and all them, the crew that's out of Oakland, California. It's a throwdown in the Bayou, whatever. We're gonna get it popping, man. So it's gonna be a party at Pat O'Brien's. It's a private event. All you can eat, all you can drink, premium alcohol, good food. That spot's actually known for their New Orleans Hurricanes, man. So it's gonna be a good time. Got some DJs coming in from Oakland. It's gonna be a good one, man. So make sure you guys get there on Saturday, week 3, man. We're gonna tear that city up like we always do. Now, what we do on the field, I don't know. Cause last time I was there, we didn't even get past the 50-yard line. But I had a hell of a time. So, let's get it.
Did not cross the 50. That's insanity.
Did not cross the 50.
That is insanity, man.
Actually, you know what?
The New Orleans Hurricane sounds like a maneuver I think we did end up crossing it.
I think we did end up crossing it, but I think that was by the time Stiddy came in.
It wasn't until like fourth quarter or something.
Yeah, Carr didn't, but Stiddy. But yeah, it was nasty work. Nasty work.
That is nasty work. Hey, I'll tell you right now, that sounds brutal. And you guys went all the way to New Orleans to check that game out. I went to that Minnesota game where we lost 0-3.
Oh my God, you were at that game?
Yeah. I was at that game with 3 of my best friends, all of them diehard Raider fans, and it was nothing but purple.
Yeah, it looked bad on TV. It looked bad on TV.
Nothing but purple, and we were lucky as shit that Minnesota has the nicest people in the world because we were talking so much shit because every third down, you're just sitting there going like, you're either going to stop Minnesota or we're going to get the first down, so we're just running our mouth like crazy.
Yeah.
And we were running our mouth so bad that I'm sitting there going, damn, like, all right, like we're 100% outnumbered. And all you hear is, yeah, man, you guys might get this one. Yeah, you guys might get it. And I'm just like, God, you guys are too nice. You guys are too goddamn nice. But yeah, that had been a brutal game to watch that New Orleans won. But yeah, no, appreciate it. Yeah, just so you guys know, shout out to my guys going to New Orleans. Definitely link up with them if you guys are going to be a hell of a time. We'll be at week 1 here for a home opener. I will be at SoFi for week 2, chilling with everybody. And then tomorrow, again, 4 p.m., jump on. Myself, I think Rundown's going to pop in. Jeff, LV, Raider Nate, Leo, once he's off, he's going to jump in, man. We're going to have a good time. So definitely tap in with us. All right, we're going to go back up to the big screen. Let's do this. We got people rolling up in here. Chris, man, if you want to do the honors, say what's up to the chat.
For sure. Salute to my boy Gabe Davis in the building, man. What's going on? Always a good supporter, man. Got my guy Raider Paul in the building. What's happening? Got Jack in the building. Raider Nation, what's up? Got my boy Bart in the building. What's going on? Herman Monster.
Raider Paul look like LeVar Ball in that picture. I don't know why.
They look like
LeVar Ball.
A little young LeVar. Herman Monster in the building. What's going on? Got my boy Raider Travis, man, always supporting the family. Appreciate you. Got my boy Dre in the building, man. Dre always gonna get the credit for the Willie Lamp, man.
Always
the first one.
Always.
Willie, you know what would be crazy if Willie is on the practice squad and the Chargers end up picking him up. Because they need a center. That could be bad.
They do need a center.
And someone like Harbaugh, man. Never mind. I don't even want to talk about it.
I'm not going to even put it in my space because could you imagine the emotions I'd go through?
Oh man,
like manhandled Adam Butler.
Oh, you wouldn't know what to do. Your brain will malfunction.
Turn the game off.
That'd be crazy. Like imagine what he would do if he had a chance to go against like Crawford or something. Actually, never mind.
Oh my God.
Rick L in the building, man. What's going on, Rick? My boy Cam Smooth. What's happening? What's your name or what's the name of the person? I'm making up words. What's the name you want to see in his second preseason game that no one is talking about. Go Broncos. We'll get to it.
Yeah,
but salute for coming through, man. My boy Cheeto talking about the Midwest bologna tacos. That's wild. That was the wildest game, man. Midwest, Missouri. That's what's up. That's what's up.
To the Show Me State.
Oh yeah. Let's see who else. Linda in the building. What's going on, Linda? Always supporting. They said lots of Chargers injuries. Absolutely. Boy, Cheeto said, F those Hurricanes. He lost a tooth. That's okay. We're going to find that tooth, man. We're going to find that tooth. Got A.O. Anthony in the building. What's going on? Well, cool Kev in the building. What's happening? My boy Kev. Got DK in the building. What's going on? Always supporting, man. I appreciate you. Charles Grant.
It's Charles Grant that look. Charles Grant, that was like I sent them. I told them about Charles Grant. Chris looked at the highlights, started laughing at me.
I did.
This is early,
and you know why?
He looked at the wrong highlight. All right,
the one that you sent me.
He chose the wrong highlight.
Now whoever made that
turned it off.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Whoever made that was disrespectful. Whoever made that.
Oh, he said
that was
really,
whoever
really
made that
better than JPJ
is a Division II left Division II highlight maker.
Well, yeah, he was. That was nasty. I ain't answering that question, man. You ain't about to get me on record answer that question.
Exactly.
I ain't. So I'm just here to see a severe glaze bash. We know that's gonna happen. Got Mike in the building. Man. What's going on, Mike? Man, appreciate you coming through.
Let's get it.
Shout out to everybody.
Like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button, hit the sub button if you want to get included in the chat, man. We definitely appreciate you rocking with us. If you guys don't know, again, for the new ones coming up in here, you got Chris Tech Show Podcast, just saying what's up to everybody. The Severe Raider on that side. I'm 805 Raider Real Talk. Raider Nation, well, let's get into it. Before we get into the Raider news, there's definitely some news. A lot of people were trying to figure out what was going to go on with this guy, what was happening with him. And we got a little bit of news. We got a little bit of news as to where this guy is now, what his future looks like. I'm going to go ahead and share it. It's Vita Vea. Looks like the Bucs went ahead and got a little contract in place for Vita Vea. So per ESPN, two-time Pro Bowl D tackle Vita Vea and the Buccaneers reach agreement today on a one-year extension for $30 million, tying him to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for 2 more seasons. He gets $6 million and new money this season. And so let's do this. Chat, let me know. Was Vita Vea someone that you wanted us to go after? Do you think, obviously, there's been some struggles. We're going to talk about what training camp looked like when it came to our run defense. We all know what it looked like against Arizona. And so was Vita Vea someone you wanted us to pick up? Or do you think, man, it was never going to have a chance? So, Severe, I know backstage when we were talking before we went live, you had something to say, but Chris, I'm going to throw it to you first. Then I'll throw it to Severe. What's your thoughts on just Vita Vea reaching a contract? And do you think this is someone that we could have maybe used if we brought him in?
No, I've always liked Vea, man. I always thought he was a dog, especially at nose. Just a dog, violent guy. But I didn't want him because, again, he's another guy that's just not going to be on our timeline. So for what he was going to cost, to me, it just didn't make sense. But as a player, I love his game. Got some nastiness to him. Kind of looked like Samoa Raider in the face. But nah, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. But nah, to be honest, I didn't want him. I mean, I wish we would have did the right thing and got a true nose in the draft. But it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Severe, man. Thoughts on Vita Vea reaching a deal, getting his contract done, man. Is it someone you want to look at, possibly bring in, or you were cool off of it? Let me know.
I mean, I wasn't super high on him. That he wasn't a guy that I thought necessarily fit our timeline. Like nose tackles, they do age pretty well if they don't have injury history, but Vita Vea does have a little bit of an injury history, so remains to be seen what he looks like as he gets a little bit more advanced in terms of his age. But this is, we kind of saw this was going to happen. That's what players have been doing, especially with the Raiders. They've been using the Raiders as leverage to get better deals where they're at. So, like that's what's been happening. And Ndamukong Suh did it like 3 times in his
every
career,
time.
bro.
Yeah.
And
it always worked too.
It worked every single time. Every single time. So, I kind of figured that will be the case. And then I didn't think that we would be willing to pony up the type of compensation in terms of draft capital that it would take to pry him away from the Buccaneers. So, it was foregone conclusion. I wasn't even anticipating him coming here. I know a lot of people really were, but I didn't see it happening. But what's wild is that, like the Raiders, they picked up Folu Fadakasi, right, who was with the Texans last year, but the Texans got rid of Folu Fadakasi and drafted Kaden McDonald. So instead of just drafting the guy, Kaden McDonald, the Raiders signed the 31 or 32-year-old defensive tackle that the Texans got rid of when they drafted Kaden McDonald. Like, think about that for a second.
And he's not starting. Yeah, and he's not starting.
We got a couple people chiming up in here. Let me see if I can. We're going, guys. We're going landscape this time, so I'm gonna see if I can switch this up a little bit just so I can get everybody up in here. Not sure if it's gonna work. It's okay. We'll keep it like this. Just we all talking about. We'll go big screen. But I had a couple people coming in. Rick, y'all, I agree with Chris. Not on the timeline. Cool, Kev. If we need to save cap space, I guess. Let's see, Dre. What happened to all those DTs the Commanders had a couple seasons ago?
Yeah,
those Alabama DTs.
Exactly.
Payne, and who was that?
Payne, Allen.
Yeah, Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, Noah Vay, you get him when you're a player away. We ain't ready.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. When it comes to, I was never someone that actually wanted to go out and get him mainly because just the salary cap, right? I mean, if I was on the boat of wanting to trade Max Crosby because I don't think he is on the timeline, there's no reason why I'd want to bring in Vita Vea.
Right.
And so I didn't think that there was really a chance that we would bring him over if we were really trying to prioritize an interior defensive tackle. I think we either would have done it in free agency or we would have done it in the draft. That's just what I would think. And so, given the fact that we let it sit. Now, I know that there were some. I mean, I just heard it like randomly on social media and stuff, so I don't know how true it is. But I heard that there were reports that we at least were inquiring. We at least were. Maybe there was a deal put forth, but maybe it was just done, like a deal that the Bucs would never even entertain. So
yeah.
See, and that's why he mentioned our name, though. That's why he said us.
Yeah,
he said California team or the Raiders.
Yeah,
he knew what we was gonna do.
Yeah,
he was thirsty.
And that's what pisses me off about like the reports that I'm getting, because like now all of a sudden we're trying to make moves and trades for, I think we called about Diggs and we called about Vea. So I'm like, instead of trying to draft or, trade these guys, draft you some young talent, man, early in the draft. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, we got the receiver when we get Benson 6, and we got Cleveland. We got Brandon Cleveland, 7? So 6 and 7 is when we addressed our biggest needs. We went into it like DT and receiver. And it wasn't until day 3 when we were sitting at that bar with our luggage, getting ready to fly back home. That's when we decided to draft our 2 biggest needs, man. It's wild, bro. It's wild.
Right, it's wild.
So look, he's out the building. He's rocking with the Bucs at this point, and we got to rock with what we have. So it kind of leads us. It leads us to kind of talk about a little bit of training camp practice. Obviously, we had that joint practice with the Houston Texans. I think for what it's worth, I think a lot of us kind of saw the reports coming out. I'm going to pull them up, kind of read some of the notes that we saw coming out of training camp. Let me go ahead and set that up real quick. And so with the notes coming out, obviously it's just reports. We're going to see just how true it looks when it comes to actual game day tomorrow. But we got Sam Warren. He came out with some notes yesterday talking about some of the training camp, and then we're going to dive right into it. And so basically from Sam Warren, he's talking about Fernando Mendoza got extensive reps with the ones. Kirk Cousins would go first, but for a few team periods, the Raiders kept the ones out there. Mendoza subbed in. First time we've seen that. So it sounds like Mendoza got some work with the ones. Texans defense got a lot of pressure, making both quarterbacks uncomfortable. Lots of sacks coming from both sides of the O-line. Brock Bowers had the highlight of the offense, caught a big post route down the field from Mendoza early, then caught a touchdown from Kurt in the red zone team period. Was the only TD pass of the day. So we might stop here just a little bit. But what's interesting, and it's not a topic that we're gonna discuss, but we hear Brock. Crickets of any other receiver doing anything in training camp. So, Chad, just let me know. Does that concern you? I mean, given the fact that Jack Besh, had a showing last game against the Cardinals, but then you have a full day of training camp practice, and literally the only receiver that is even mentioned, and it's not even a receiver, it's a tight end, but any pass catcher that's mentioned is Brock Bowers. And so is that a concern that crickets when it comes to Jack Besh, Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor that didn't have a catch in the preseason game, right? Then no really nothing coming out of this joint practice out of him. So is that concerning? Chat, let me know. Severe, let me throw it to you first, man. Quick thoughts on this receiver room, and really reports coming out of nothing when it comes to receivers.
I mean, you had to know this was going to happen, right? You got Derek Stingley on one side, who, in my opinion, is the best cornerback in the NFL. I know a lot of people put PS2 up there. I think Derek Stingley is a better player. He just gets hurt too much. And then you got Kamari Lassiter on the other side, who damn near had 2 interceptions today. Had one. And to me, he, in my opinion, he's a top 10 corner. So you got the best corner in the league, and then you got another top 10 corner in the league. And then you got a guy that's, a top 3 free safety / nickel and Jalen Pitre. And then you got Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter rushing the passer. Like, I figured this passing offense was going to look bleak. And then, we got Genty back there, and the Texans, I'm sure they had this little encounter circled on their calendars, because all they've been hearing is, Genty, I know Genty going to be good. You saw what he did against that Texans defense. What do you think about what he did against the Texans defense, huh? They don't mention what he did against the New York defense, though. We'll keep that quiet. What he did against the Giants, who were one of the worst run defenses in the league. They don't talk about that, but they talk about what they did against the Texans defense. So the Texans are out there on a mission, and we don't have the horses at wideout to do anything against anybody on that squad. So I knew it was going to, like I said beforehand, it was going to be seatbelts all day. All you was going to see is this all day long, locking people up. Straps. And that's what happened.
I'm telling you, and Severe, you're right. You're going, and I think the expectations, I think for the most part from the nation, was a little tempered. You know what I'm saying? Given the fact that you're going up against arguably the number 1 defense in the National Football League last year, right? And so it's going to be very interesting just kind of how we go in there, and obviously brand new offensive coordinator. It's going to take some time. And I think just kind of reading through some of the comments, Jack's Raiders, yes, I would say that the expectation Texans have a really good defense. You know what I'm saying? So Isaiah, Texans, the best defense in the league without question. So it's expected to have some struggles. Chris, man, thoughts on just really no sign, no reports, nothing as it relates to the receivers? Are we concerned?
I'm not concerned one bit. Right now, I'm not concerned one bit. When I was concerned is when we were day 3 at the draft and we didn't even think about a receiver until day 3 at the draft. That's what I mean. I was concerned then. I was concerned months ago. I'm not concerned now because I already know what it is. We do not have a good wide receiver room at all. So it's like I don't know why people could even be concerned at this point, because if you didn't know this is what was going to happen, then I don't know what to tell you. I took all this into account when I gave my predictions for the season. Winning anywhere between 4 to 6 games a year. Of course, Brock Bowers is going to be the only guy. And I've said it time and time again, when we start playing some of those good defenses, it's going to be their best DB is going to be playing against Brock. They're going to bracket him, and then they're going to say Jack Besh beat us. 4-6 wins, man. I'm not concerned at all because I know that's what it is. And that's another reason why I wanted to look at, trading out and getting multiple picks so we can even set ourselves up for potentially having some firepower to get someone like a Jeremiah Smith, next year if we needed to. So, no, to answer your question, no, I'm not concerned at all. I'm way past it. It's water under the bridge at this point.
Yeah. And then we didn't have Dante Thornton out there. So.
All I gotta say is, Dixon, this photo is wild.
Yo,
Is
wait, hold on. Is that you or is that Tokyo Toe?
Exactly, that can't be.
Is that you or Tokyo Toe, man?
That looks like,
of course,
that looks like Jin the battle rapper.
Oh man,
that's a wild thumbnail. That's wild.
That's funny.
I haven't seen in a while because whenever it's Dixon or it's LS, you got to watch the chat. I haven't seen LS in a minute, man. We got to see LS come back.
Yeah, I was talking to him the other day on
IG.
On IG actually. Yeah, I was talking to him.
Yeah, he popped in a show last week. I want to say he popped in for a little bit.
Did he? Okay. No, for me, look, I had my concerns with the receiver room going into free agency, had the concerns with the receiver room going into the draft, and we didn't do a whole lot. So this is where we sit, right? We didn't establish a number one receiver. I've said Jalen Naylor is, I believe, a decent 2 at best. And so when you have that, with Trey Tucker isn't a number 2, he's definitely a slot receiver, and you got to use him that way. I think that was proven back when we had a healthy receiver room. So, with Devonta Adams, with Jacoby Myers, when you could use Trey Tucker the way he needs to be used as a true slot receiver, then I think he can find some success. And then Jack Besh, yeah, he performed last week, but you got to stack. You need to stack performances before you even start talking about being a good receiver. And so I had my concerns going into the offseason, still have it going into week 1. And it's not surprising that you go up against a DB room like that and everybody gets locked down. So,
and it's not going to stop. I mean, just because they got a good DB room, it's not going to stop there. We gonna see that all season,
Exactly, 100%.
But the thing is, if Clint can scheme people open, I mean that's what he's gonna have to do. But depending on those receivers, win their one-on-one matchup and get separation, that's out.
I'm telling you. Let's get on to the rest of the notes from Sam Warren. Shout out to him, man. Appreciate you doing your work and getting some stuff out to the nation. So halfway down, you got Mendoza was nearly picked by Kamari Lassiter in the red zone period, and then threw a pick 6 to Jalen Petrie 2 plays later. If some of y'all didn't see that, I didn't get a chance to bring it up, but basically it looked like it was kind of a dump off to Genty. Genty ran a route out of the backfield, and just Mendoza didn't see the defender sitting there. So that was a pick 6, not just from Mendoza, but also Kirk Cousins threw a pick 6. Mike Washington looked good against the 2s, had a physical touchdown run in the red zone. Running the ball against the Texans 1s looked bleak. You got Texans had success running the ball against the Raiders defense. Woody Marks had a couple TDs. I also heard, and I don't think the note is up here, I heard that the only really long run or a run of any substance was from Mike Washington Jr. I heard he had a 30-yarder, roughly 30-yarder.
Yeah.
And then Raiders defense got a good pass rush. However, Max Crosby had a couple sacks. Quay Walker had an interception against the running back Wheel and showed some attitude after. So if you guys didn't hear, I read about it. Apparently he picked off, running back went up the sideline, picked it off. And then apparently I think he spiked the ball near Woody Marks. Woody Marks didn't like it. The refs there also threw a flag, and then the fans started kind of getting after him, and Quay Walker ended up flipping off the fans. That's what I heard. So shout out to him with that attitude.
Yeah, I love it. But last time we had a player flick off the opposing fans, it got rough. It got rough for him, man. It got rough for him, man.
Oh my
They
God.
stabbed him in the back at the end for flicking off other fans. So you know,
exactly. Facts. Yeah,
look,
but look, by mid-season, he was picking off our fans.
That's what I'm saying. Right, man. It got real nasty, man. Salute, man.
That was rough.
Oh man.
The last one, Jamal McCoy got some reps with the first defense. So good to see him just kind of getting in there.
Yeah.
In that practice type of scenario, it's good to see him just kind of get his feet wet and try to get those reps in and just kind of recover maybe mentally a little bit from what happened against the Cardinals. So, yeah, basically it looks like overall definitely struggled. It sounded like, again, it wasn't in these notes, but with other reports that I read, is that the Texans run game as well as CJ Stroud looked the best they've seen. They've looked all off season. I think that it sounded like they ran at will against us, and CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, those guys, they were looking pretty damn good. And again, you never wish injury on anybody. Apparently Jaden Higgins, the Texans, one of their top draft picks of last year, actually went down with a torn ACL, I believe. So he's out for the season, which is
that's nasty.
tough, man. I like him. My top 3 receivers last year.
I like him too. Out of Iowa State. Yeah, he was. I want to say, he was the second pick of the second round. I want to say because I think Schlesinger was the first pick, and then he was the second. And rumor has it, the reports were that the Raiders, like, that was the guy they had a lot of interest in the second round. So when the Texans took him, then we kind of pivoted elsewhere. That's when we did that dumbass trade back. And then the Cardinals took Will Johnson in front of us, and then we traded back again, and then we took a tight end in the second round. I mean, you take Jack Best in the second round.
Oh man.
No, Jaden Higgins was honestly top 3 in that draft. Obviously, you guys know I like T-Mac. I like Jaden Higgins. Pat Bryant was in that mix.
Oh yeah, from Illinois. That's Illinois.
From Illinois. I like Pat Bryant. He's with the Broncos. And then after that,
I heard he's doing good too.
Yeah, he's nice. Yeah. Pat Bryant's nice.
Yeah, I heard he probably gonna be the one that's gonna take Sutton's spot. They say he balling.
Yeah, so, and then I had Emeka Egbuka, but obviously Emeka Egbuka balled last year with
he did better than I thought. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't super high on him, like from Ohio State. Like he was all right, but I didn't think he was gonna do what. Like he got
we started out doing beginning of the year. He was on a crazy pace. He was like offensive rookie of the year for like the first quarter of the season, first 5-6 games, and then he kind of fell off toward the end. But I didn't think he was gonna go crazy like that either. I thought he was gonna be like a good pro, but I don't think he was gonna go crazy like that.
Right. Because he damn near was looking better than like Olave and all them, and he was looking like Garrett Wilson good. I'm like, oh damn, I ain't see that.
No, I'm with you. Like when I was watching Emeka Egbuka, I was like, look, I think he could be solid. I just didn't see anything that really like popped on film. But it's those Ohio State receivers, man. It's like when you just breed them, you gotta trust them.
So fire.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rick L, and then we're gonna get onto a clip that we want to talk about because obviously I just talked about the run defense, but DeJon Stribling for the 49ers. Yeah. He looks like he's producing over there, and I'll be honest, shout out to the chat because when we were doing some of our mock drafts, I think we only did one mock draft last season. We were doing the mock drafts. I was doing so much homework on Mendoza and Ty Simpson. I didn't do a whole lot of homework on some other prospects. And when our chat started talking about DeJon Stribling, I went back and looked at Ole Miss, and I was like, oh shit, okay, yeah, this kid.
Yeah, he got busy.
He looked like he could ball. Now, I thought he was picked high, and I think a lot of us thought that he was – it was a little shocked that he was picked,
second.
Yeah. But it looks like it's working out for the 49ers over there.
Yeah, I was thinking like 4th. Yeah, somebody told me Ray. He used to do used to do content on YouTube. He doesn't anymore, but he put me up on him as like a mid-round guy, and I looked at him like, oh yeah, this kid is pretty nice. He's like big kid with like speed, a solid route runner. I was like, all right, like this a dude we can definitely look at in the 4th, late 3rd or the 4th, and then he ended up going in the 2nd. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think it was we're all sitting together, and I think it was a little bit of shock for everybody. But again, you hate to hear about injuries. Jaden Higgins, I heard that they were he was doing well over there, but we'll see how Houston recovers off of that. So again, talked about our run game, right? And we're gonna move. We'll move this into the talk about joint practice when it comes to the specific position groups. But there is a clip shot to our guys. We send it on over. I'm gonna kind of switch on over to it. If you guys can hear it, this is Busting with the Boys. They kind of talked about our guy Max a little bit, had some comments. Obviously, we've done a bunch of film breakdown on Max. You guys know exactly kind of what our feeling is for the most part, most of you guys that rock with us. And so I want to play this clip, kind of get you guys' thought process on it, and then I'm gonna throw it to my guys and have them talk about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I want to make sure you guys can hear it. Here we go. All right, so just the preface, right? Lawan, he's basically saying, look, at practice, right? Someone didn't set that edge. Max Crosby got in him. You know, we've seen this multiple times. Obviously, you saw a little bit of a back and forth last season on the sideline. And so when someone doesn't do their job, Max is there. Max is in them, making sure he holds them accountable to their job. And then later down in the practice, all of a sudden, Max ends up kind of jumping inside, gets caught, doesn't set the edge, and then bang, running back kind of takes off for a run. And what they're basically stating is that, well, hey, Max is a leader. He's going to hold himself accountable. So in that film room, he's going to go up in there and he's most likely going to be the one basically calling himself out to hold himself accountable as well. And so it's an interesting clip. Chat, let us know. I mean, obviously, when we've broken down game film, we see those times where we have those instances where Max likes to kind of jump inside and kind of be a little bit quicker than the offensive lineman, and sometimes he gets caught. And when he gets caught, sometimes he kind of leaves his teammates out to dry a little bit. And so, again, guys, what's your thoughts on this clip? Severe, I'm gonna throw it to you first, man. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, man. This is something we've been talking about for 2 years since we first started doing this. We've been talking about Max likes to play hero ball. Max is out there stat padding. He's chasing TFLs, chasing splash plays, wanting to make a highlight. So he does that stupid thing where he doesn't keep contained and he jumps inside, you know, trying to get a tackle for loss or a sack. And, you know, all you got to do is, like, if you hit Max with an RPO, oh, bro, it's a wrap. Oh, it's a wrap. The Bills did us filthy with that all game long. Josh Allen rolling out, having all day to throw, and that's the issue I have with Max, and that's something I talked about with Max, is that Max has never really had a lot of accountability. He's never really had a OG or a vet. And last year, who are the two players he got into it with? Landon Roberts and Devin White. What do Landon Roberts and Devin White both have? They both got jewelry.
Yeah,
they both got jewelry. They know what it's like to go to the apex, to get to the promised land. So when Max is talking to them, and they done played with some dogs, they done played with some gold jacket dudes. So you ain't about to talk to them no kind of way like you can to these other bums that need your cosign to stay on the team. Like, bro, I don't need you. I done been where I need to go at. I done made a lot of money in my career. I done reached the highest highs, the peak, the tippy top. And so I'm good. So I'm not about to be over here just kissing your ass for you to like me. So I stay on this team. And look, guess what? This team doesn't have a lot of linebacker depth, right? And coincidentally, both of those guys are gone. Pretty interesting. But like Max with this hero ball stuff, man, he needs to cut it out. And somebody needs to hold him accountable. I don't think it's going to be Rob Leonard, because Rob Leonard was his position coach last year. He didn't hold him accountable last year. So I think it's going to be a lot more of the same. And it looks like maybe Spytech tried to hold him accountable by trading him and you know, end up not going through. But like, we can't be having you out here playing hero ball, leaving everybody else out to dry. And then when they do it and give up a 6 or 7 yard gain, you want to chew them out. And when you do it, you know, nobody's saying a damn thing to you. So it got to go both ways, dog. It got to go both ways. I'm
with you. Get a couple comments in here, and then Chris, I'm gonna get your take on it. But also, I I actually want to get you guys' take. I might play it one more time just to get, and then I'd have a question for you guys. But TK, what's going on, man? You're saying Max will be a Cowboy before the deadline, so why are we still even worried about him? That's a bold take, But yeah, we were willing to let him go. Might happen the trade deadline. Rick Al Mahomes looks for Max to dip inside so he can burn him. Yeah.
Mahomes Mahomes and Andy Reid, they use that his extra aggression against him all the time. All the time.
Absolutely. Dre would like Atlanta Roberts against the run right now. He was a bad man. Hey, tone setter, Dre. I know you tapped in with us when we do our game film breakdowns, man. Atlanta Roberts, man, he was a tone setter against the run for sure. I'm gonna play it one more time. Then I have a question, then Chris, I'm gonna throw it to you guys. Again, if you guys are just popping in, a little bit of a busting the boys. And you're listening to that. And I don't watch Busting the Boys a lot. I really don't, right? So is Taylor Lewan being sarcastic to where he's like, Max, you fucked up. Like you're trying to hold this guy accountable and then you're pulling bullshit like this. Like I just hear that in his tone. And
that's absolutely, yeah. No, he's absolutely sarcastic. Absolutely, because he got a good relationship with those guys. Yeah, no, he's just saying, yeah. And in the film room, Max ain't gonna rip himself, for doing that bullshit. But he's of course gonna. I mean, I that was the reason he said it. It's like, hey, I'm gonna rip you. I'm gonna be a leader, and I'm gonna, hold my guys accountable. But ironically, you did the same thing. But like Severe said, there's nobody that's gonna hold him accountable. And honestly, I think when Max was at his, I think Max is great. But like you think back at some of his old O-line or D-line coaches, like Max played a lot more discipline with Buckner and especially with Marinelli. We had Rob Marinelli wouldn't play that bullshit. You ain't see Max out of place all like that. So,
yeah.
So I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know who's going to hold him accountable at this point. And if we're already seeing them crashing like that, I just don't like it, man, because we've seen it a lot over the last couple years.
Yeah, facts.
We have, man. So Severe, you're thinking the same thing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically Taylor Lewan being like, you're gonna call him out, but you ain't gonna hold yourself accountable. Like, there's something wrong in this building a little bit. You thinking the same thing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was like you said, it was a little sarcasm, a little passive aggressiveness there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, that's wild, man. Jax, man, you're saying Max should be taking himself accountable. He's always talking about being legendary. Yeah. He is. And again, you guys know we've talked about it, and we've literally shown you multiple times on game film when he'll try to play hero ball, and he jumps inside, he gets caught, and me and the guys were kind of messaging back and forth, and it's like, look, like Max is quick. He uses his quickness. He uses his speed. He loves to try to jump that snap, right? But when he gets caught, he just doesn't have the strength to work himself out of it.
Yeah.
And so
that's not his game. That's not his game.
He's quick. He has good hand usage, good technician. Long arms. Yeah, but he's not the strongest guy at the point of attack.
He's really not. So again, at the end of the day, look, let's hope he can clean it up. Let's hope that he minimizes those type of mistakes. But what was really good to see, and I know a lot of people kind of got a little twisted on it, was when you had guys on that sideline like Devin White, like Atlanta Roberts, that wouldn't take his shit. I'm going to be very curious how our other two linebackers in this room.
Yeah, Quay ain't going to take that shit. I don't think Quay will. Yeah.
No, yeah. Quay is size too, though. So Max, he could be
right.
It could be a little smaller size.
Right. Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Quay, he ain't gonna put up that shit. Nakobe Dean ain't gonna put up that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it'll be very interesting how it plays out, and we'll see how it works. All right,
shit,
cool.
Kirk Cousins ain't putting up with anybody that's a veteran ain't putting up with Max shit, bro.
Yeah, you say Kirk let him know. Bro. Don't touch my body.
Right.
It's very true. All right, cool. All right, let's go. So we want to talk about that. Let's go to joint practice. So we're going to talk about the position groups in joint practice, get you guys' feedback on it. But at the same time, at the very end, we're going to just rip through just what our expectations are for tomorrow. Again, got a Houston game tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that's just joining. If you guys do want a place to watch it, I'm going to be going live tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time on my channel. Just do a little bit of a watch party. If you guys want to get included in a jersey raffle, I'll be doing that. But anybody that gets into the jersey raffle, you will also be included in a giveaway at the end of the game. So just have a little bit of fun. So if you want to rock out, have some fun, 4 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be live with a couple of the people just jumping up on there. It'll be fun. So, all right, let's start it out first. We're going to show it. Joint practice, offensive struggles. Let's talk about the quarterback play first. It looked like I saw a couple clips where I think it was, even though it sounded like there was a little bit of connection going on with Brock Bowers. The question is, I saw a clip where you saw Kirk Cousins have to throw off his back foot. He tried to hit Brock Bowers, and it just didn't look good. And that was my biggest concern. Is you have a 38-year-old arm. If you just have if you are just throwing off balance with a little bit of pressure on your face, whatever, like what is that ball going to look like? And you're not, even with the pressure in your face, you're not actually live to the quarterback. They're not sacking the quarterback even in joint practices. And that thing looked like it just floated out of his hand. Both the DBs closed on it. And so looked like the quarterback play did not do well. And that's not just a Mendoza thing. It was a Kirk Cousins thing as well. And so, Chris, I'm going to throw it to you first, man. Thoughts on just the quarterback play? Again, both through pick sixes. Just didn't look like there was much going with the quarterback. Are you concerned a little bit with that performance?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think, again, expectations of going against that first team defense of Texans. And again, you've always pointed it out. I mean, yeah, Cousins, I think at this point in his career, his superpower is just kind of being efficient, making the right decision, quick passes. But yeah, going downfield, he just does not have that. I mean, because really, he never really had like a rocket arm anyway. That's just never been his game. Yes. So the fact that he's getting older, he probably still doesn't have that same zip on it. So in Kubiak's system, I mean, he's gonna have to do like those mid-range, short, quick passes. And I just think that Texas defense is just they're beasts. So at the end of the day, we're outmanned. So I knew he was gonna struggle. But I don't expect problems like that against Miami on week 1. Like I expect him to be able to kind of slice and dice them up a little bit. So I think against bad defenses, he'll be okay. But anyone that can, man up on the receivers, press them, and get pressure on him, I think he's going to struggle all year.
Yeah.
Severe, man, thoughts just on the struggles of the quarterback. Again, very good defense that they're facing. And so overall thoughts on the quarterback performance that you heard out of that joint practice.
Yeah, I mean, it was to be expected. Now I was watching Q and Vinny talk about it, and they gave the Raiders performance a C, and they said that even that's like being generous. Like they was like it was being generous giving them a C. It's like several times where the quarterbacks got off throws where it was really sacks. It's just non-contact, so they kind of let the play go. But there's like it was really could have been a lot more sacks than there actually were. And this team, the way they're set up, it's the perfect team to combat what we do, because what does Colton Miller really struggle against? Power rushers. What does Danielle Hunter do? He's a power rusher that has some bend. What has Glaze been known to struggle against? Guys with speed. What does Will Anderson have? Well, he has speed and bend. So it's like you got book, and both of our tackles struggled in that game. And then they got corners that can basically just man up across the board. They can man up across the board, and then you could just put your other best DB, who's Jalen Petrie, who's one of the best safety / nickels in the league, put him on Brock. And then I think he had some like a few plays where he made in coverage against Brock, from what I heard as well. So it's like they just got the recipe to stop us. And then you got an aggressive linebacker in Azeez Al-Shaair, and we saw when the Kobe Dean did last year to Genty. And Azeez Shaair is, probably a better player than him, and he's much more aggressive, a tougher guy, more physical. So you got all of those elements combining, and it just wasn't going to be a good day for us. DeMeco Ryan's been doing this for a long time. He spent years scheming against Kyle Shanahan, you know, when they were having their battles with Kyle Shanahan as a head coach and him as a defensive coordinator with the 49ers. So it's nothing that Kubiak is going to really do that he's not going to and have not seen before and not going to be able to adjust to or adapt to. So it was just a situation where like we were going in there. Yeah. We were outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, out everything, out talented, just everything. So but it was good. It was good for us to, you know, kind of get our ass kicked. You know, a lot of people kind of got a little high on their horse after the preseason game, how good we looked in that first drive, and you know how good they claiming Fernando Mendoza looked. You know, he looked all right, you know, but how good they were claiming he looked, and he got brought back down to earth a little bit, and I think that's something we needed.
I'm with you. What up, Ben? Shout out to you, big dog. Appreciate you popping up in here. I actually think it was a good setup, given the fact that if it goes the way that Kubiak has said they want to go and Mendoza doesn't see the field, I think it was actually a good, just kind of eye-opening moment for Mendoza to see what a damn good defense looks like and actually go up against it. Like, it's one thing to watch from the sideline. It's one thing to just watch it on film, but to actually have to react to their movements, I think it was a good just setup for him to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to be going up against. Like, if I'm going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League, this is what I have to beat. And so
good baseline. Yep.
It was just a good way of Clint Kubiak setting this up. And now Mendoza has a very, very good idea of this is what it's going to look like if I'm going to be a good quarterback in the National Football League. And Severe, to your point, just kind of, you know, it's not, I don't know if it's like bringing back down to earth, because again, we heard his press conference. But I just don't know how many more press conferences I can hear from that guy. But I think just overall for him, you know, he knows he needs to learn. He knows he's got a lot to work on, and now I think he understands I got even more to work on.
It's the work on processing his processes, whatever he said.
Yeah. Progress my progressions or something.
Yeah, progress with his progression.
I'm telling you, it was so bad. Like I said, when I posted it, people were like, "Is this AI?" I'm like, "Bro, I wish it was, but no, that's him." Looked like he was about to like short circuit.
Oh my god.
But then also, I would have loved to be able to actually see the joint practice, because then you get somewhat of an indication is how is it, because we're going to talk about the offensive line. And the offensive line, all the reports say that they just did not look good whatsoever, right? And so the question is it the offensive line just getting beat over and over again, or is it just this lackluster receiver room just not being able to get open? Right? If in practice, there's times where you're just going to force the ball, right? Clint Kubiak might go to Kirk Cousins and be like, "Hey,
let it rip today." Yeah,
because it's practice, you might force it, and it's going to look bad if that receiver just cannot get separation. And so I'd be really interested just in what was it, everything that looked bad, or was it just, you know, certain units just not executing well at all and not giving our quarterback a chance? You know, I don't know. Yeah. So, but overall, again, I'll say I think it was a good job of just setting up Mendoza to see this is what a good defense looks like. This is what you have to prepare for if you don't see the field for an entire season. Right. So, shout out to your boy Dante. What's going on, big dog? Appreciate you here, man. Guys, definitely, if you guys want to just all NFL stuff, go over to Dante's channel. Go check him out, especially all college, big dog. Appreciate you popping up in here.
Right. Before we go further, though, Severe, is that a corduroy hat?
Why, yes, it is.
I need one of those, man. You know, I'm like, wait a minute. You know, like the different fabrics.
You know, I had to up my game, man. I know I was gonna be on the show with Chris, man. I was like, you know what?
You know,
let me pull out this old ditty, man. Let's see what you know, the corduroy.
Like different fabrics. I'm about to give me a gator one next. I might need a little corduroy joint, man. I'm like,
you got this in your repertoire.
Right.
I told you, man. I got the man. I'm gonna have to bring it to New Orleans, man. I got the peacoat material one too, man. I'm at the get it to you, man.
I rock the hell out of that too. I will. My bad, 805. My bad.
Chris will find himself one.
I will.
In
He will.
Rouge.
Yeah, we're gonna be real Gator.
Yeah, I'm about to say after that open bar, Chris is going to be catching himself a real Gator.
Oh yeah,
after a few hurricanes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
All right, so I mean, leading up to whether or not it was the offensive line or what have you, then let's talk about, honestly, we got joint practice. The offensive line didn't look good, but JPJ leads practice. We're going to talk about that one in just a second. But we took a look at the offensive line. There were struggles in against Arizona. We broke down the game film. Spencer Burford just did not look the part. Let's hopefully he improves if he continues to be the slotted starter. But with JPJ leaving practice, man, Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first. And chat, let me know what your thoughts are on JPJ. Do you think that this is just too much of a common situation happening? And I don't know what the injury was. I don't know kind of what the details were. I don't know if they've come out yet. Chat, please let us know. But Chris, I'll throw it to you first. Thoughts on JPJ, man? Are you concerned at this point that this is just another time he's leaving practice, and he's supposed to be our starting guard? One of them.
Yeah. It hurts me because, like I said, JPJ, my guy. That's my guy. I hate it, man. I mean, because it seems like he's always. Oh yeah. Oh, I've seen that the gator skin hat. Oh yeah, I've seen it. In fact, I think I had it in my cart at one point. I just didn't hit the button. I'm gonna get it. But anyway, but yeah, now JPJ, man, because again, I loved him coming out of college, but then the spring, it was the spring game practice, he got hurt. I know he was balling, but yeah, I think he got hurt, and then I think the combine. Did he like something happened at the combine with him too? I can't remember.
I think there was something with him.
Yeah, it was like something that happened at the combine too, and it was just some. Yeah, man, it just seems like it just keeps happening. And there's some people, they just have that injury bug, man. So I hope that's not the case because, like I said, he's a dog type of mentality that we need. I feel like we don't have no one else on that line that's really a dog, and I know what Severe is gonna say, but
I mean,
no one else on that line that's a dog.
No starter, that's a dog.
So we need somebody with that, that alpha mentality, man. But yeah, if he can't stay on the field, man, then yeah, it's very concerning. And again, this comes from somebody that's a big JPJ guy, and I hate seeing what's going on. So I hope he can bounce back. But a big guy keeps getting injuries. Again, I don't know what it is, but it's just like it's always something.
Yeah. It is, man. Rick L, you said this is the reason so many teams passed on JPJ.
Could be.
Yep. Jack's is very concerned about JPJ. Cool Kev. JPJ needs some seasoning. Playing consecutive games will help him. But if he can't overcome his injuries, he's just a bench player. Yeah. It's going to be
maybe not even that.
If you can't get out of it. Severe thoughts on JPJ, man. Concerned at this point?
Yeah, man. We may not have a dog on the line, but we got a YN. We got a YN in Charles Grant. It's sad, man, because you see the potential. Like the kind of player he can be. He puts, he plays with his heart on his sleeve. You see the passion out there. Every single play, he's giving his all. Just the joy he has for the game. I remember the Mike Washington run. He's out there doing the first down signal, and bro, he's out there. He's loving. He's loving playing. And he's like a guy that I know if he was able to stay healthy and be on the field, he'd be a fan favorite. He's going to be a fan favorite player. He's going to be one of those like Matuzak type players, one of those George Atkinsons where they weren't necessarily stars, but the nation just loved them for how they played the game and how they represented the Raiders. And so you see that in JPJ, but his body just continues to defy him, right? And it's you hoping that this is not nothing serious and that he's back in time to get back to practice and get ready for the season, because year 3 is a pivotal time, especially for a guy that wasn't drafted in the first round, because there isn't no 5th-year option, right? It's
Right.
year 3, and then year 4, it's a wrap after that. So this is the time for him to kind of show, I belong in this, in this league. I belong on this team. I belong on this starting lineup. And they've already done messed over him twice. The last year with the whole rotating back and forth with old man Kappa for no damn reason at all. And this year they've been having them rotate with Alex, not Alex, with Caleb Rogers. And meanwhile, Burford over there, without a care in the world, he out over there chasing butterflies like Tyree, not doing a damn thing, not worried about anything. Nobody's pushing him. Nobody's pushing him. So, but like they say, the best ability is availability. Can't help the club from the tub. And it could be a situation where if JPJ, if they don't feel he's going to be healthy enough to start the season, or if he's not a starting caliber player on his team, he's a guy that of the people, he has the most trade value. It was Mayer probably, but looking at our receivers, they probably need Mayer at this point. And right now, they've invested a few picks in offensive linemen and a few in our interior offensive linemen. So I can see them saying if he's not going to be a starter on his team, let's see what we can get for him in the trade.
Yeah, I'll reiterate a little bit, Severe. What you're saying is like it is tough, right? I'm a massive build in the trenches guy, and I think we all wanted JPJ to work because he kind of, like you're saying, like he kind of carries that tenacity, right? Like you wanted to hone him down just a little bit because you didn't need him supermaning over every single pile 15 yards downfield, right? So,
Right.
It's like, but you love that mentality. You love the fact that he was willing to go and just risk every limb to make sure he got downfield and made a block. And were there up and downs on his film? Were there moments that he would just flat out miss a block or whatever? Yeah, but that was the rookie moments. And you want to see him learn from it, and you wanted him to basically go from the best center in the National Football League, or the best center in college football, and just transfer that to the NFL. And sometimes that takes time, especially when you're going from center to guard. And man, it's just if this kid just ends up kind of getting that injury prone title, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. But what I do know is after the joint practice, the reporter did ask Clint Kubiak, hey, do you think JPJ is going to play against Houston? And he pretty quickly, and he kind of Severe, the tone of his voice, don't make fun of the tone of his voice, but the tone of his voice sounded like it wasn't good. Basically, like, I don't expect him to play. And that's tough. But I will say, Clint Kubiak looks like he's a little bit more alive in these last couple press conferences, right?
Yeah, he's starting to liven up a little bit. I mean, he's going from a 1.5 to like a 2. So I get it. You continue to pray. Hey, Brock is starting to liven up a little bit too. I saw an interview with Brock, and Brock's showing like a little personality. I'm like, all right, Brock, I see you, dog. Yeah.
Brock ain't talked to nobody.
Nobody. But I was like, he has shown a little personality, man. I was like, all right, Brock, I'll send it to you. I think I got it on IG.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I hope for the best for the kid. Again, if he could have been just another component to this offensive line that could help us thrive and get to where we want to be, I think that would have been amazing, because he has just the intangibles. He has the tenacity, and just the want. I mean, when you saw him greet Genty, when Genty the first time he walked into the building, and he said, I'm your center, just follow me type of mentality. It's like, that's what you want.
All that. I mean, even if you watch like that draft special that he had with the Rush podcast, like he was sitting there like before, like you could just tell, like you could tell he put in the work. I mean, I think even Max was saying like, he was out there, working with me, like out there, like really putting in the work. Like you could tell, man, like he was ready to have a big year last year. And like I said, yeah, man, I really hope, he can stay healthy. I really do, because he's a guy that we need, man. I mean, just we don't have that tough mentality guy, man. So salute to JPJ, man.
100%. Anthony, man, we are going to talk about tomorrow's game in just a second. So definitely tap in. But yeah, shout out to my guy, LA Raider from back home, man. Appreciate you popping up in here, big dog. Okay, before we move on,
is that the Aiden O'Connell guy? Is that the Aiden O'Connell guy? Is that the guy that
Nah, Nah, no, he's not the Aiden O'Connell
Oh,
guy.
okay, I remember somebody that was your guy. It was an Aiden O'Connell guy. I can't remember. He got into it with me and Chris one time. I think you weren't there. He got to me and Chris.
I don't think so. I don't think so. If I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's so many of them.
All right, so before we jump to the defensive side, look, all reports come out basically saying that our running game did not look good. Now, Mike Washington Jr. got a short yardage touchdown in the red zone. He also had a long run. They said roughly around 30 yards. Again, we're not at practice. We don't know what it looked like, but they just said it was roughly around a 30-yard run. It was the best run of the day. But overall, the running game just did not look good. And so at this point right now, chat, what are your thoughts of the run game? Do you have concerns? Do you have concerns that we're not going to be able to lean on this run game? Because I don't care what Kirk Cousins is or what have you. I think we're going to have to lean on this run game. And right now, it's not looking so hot, especially, honestly, we got to see what Genty can do with this new offensive line. But, Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first this time. Just with the reports coming out, what's your overall thoughts of the run game? We'll talk about what our expectations are against Houston. But what are your overall thoughts on the run game right now, based on what's coming out of that joint practice?
Actually, now I'm very concerned because the Texans, who don't have a great offensive line, David Montgomery is a solid NFL back, but he's not like some superstar NFL back.
No. I was talking about
our running game.
Our run game. Yeah. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So David Montgomery is not a superstar back. So, and Woody Marks, he was a rookie last year. He wasn't that great either. He had some flashes. They were able to carve us up, do whatever they wanted to in the run game at will. And it's not like we've against our defense. And it's not like we've been hearing a lot of reports about our run game having a lot of success in practice. So if the Texans, who aren't a good run game, who don't have a great offensive line, were able to do that against our defense, and our run game isn't able to do that against our defense, that makes me believe that maybe our run game ain't going to be that good. Maybe our run game is not going to be that good. So Genty had basically no success. Mike Washington had a 30-yard run, but I believe it was against the Tools. And it's not like you've been hearing a lot about Genty through this training camp either. Like, he's been out there making a whole bunch of plays. And it's not like he did a whole lot last year that will make you say he's going to be some great running back either, right? And then Mike Washington, he's a rookie 4th-round pick. So are we going to pin our hopes on him? No. So the fact that we haven't been able to produce against this defense and the Texans just did it with no issues at all, and Woody Marks scoring multiple touchdowns. They made it clear it was multiple touchdowns. That lets me know that, we could have a whole lot of work to do, especially on the interior of interior of our offensive line with Burford and if JPJ is going to be out.
Yeah. TK, you said, wait, didn't Genty eat last season against this same Texans defense? We talked about it. I think what happened against the Texans was a perfect example of a team overlooking another team.
Yeah.
I think that's literally what happened. And it happens in the NFL. I think it was the Texans. They were either about to play a divisional game right after us, and I think that they just overlooked us.
Yeah.
So that's really the only explanation in that sense. But again, even when Genty did well, now he had that one catch down the sideline, which was really good. We showcased it, but the one really long run that he had, like, he was just untouched. That was all offensive line, untouched after about 17 yards. Then you broke the one tackle. So, but that was last year. Jax, man, you're saying I'm not worried about our run game. So Chris, man, thoughts? What are your thoughts about our run game currently?
I wonder why he's not worried about our run game as I look at his thumbnail picture.
Yeah, so I do want to see what we do tomorrow. Even though they're not against the ones, but again, the way I got to look at it is, that they just have a great defense.
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to run on great defenses this year. We're just not going to be able to. I just don't think we're built like that as of yet. We still need some more pieces on the offensive line, and I think they're going to be stacking the box because teams aren't going to be scared of our receivers. So I think we're going to struggle running the ball anyway. So, but I'm not going to be tripping yet just based off the joint practices. But I do want to see, like I said, that Miami game is going to show me a lot, even though that's not going to be one of the better defenses, but at least it's going to be the first team defense. Because after that, it's going to get dark. It's going to get dark after that Miami game. So if we don't see some dominant performance week 1, it's going to be a long season, fellas.
Yeah. And Jeff Hafley is a good coach too. So, the defense is going to be coached well. They don't necessarily have the personnel, but they're going to be coached well. They're going to be disciplined.
Right.
One thing I saw, and this is on their defensive side, I saw that they moved Caden Proctor to guard. Which they moved him to guard, and I heard he's actually doing well in the preseason.
Well, the thing is, because my biggest thing with him is like them feet. So sometimes if you had a guard, I mean at a tackle out there on your own, them feet. But yeah, if you can, he's so tall though.
He's a big boy. Like wide as all hell. So I don't know.
He's 6'8". He's 6'8", right?
I don't know how exactly how tall.
He's like 6'8", yeah.
But what I heard
is about that.
Push him down to guard, and he actually did well in that preseason game. I didn't know that teams were looking at him as a guard, which is an interesting move because I just thought he had really bad feet at the tackle position.
Yeah. So you just don't want your guard being that tall. I mean, just for leverage, you know what I'm saying? And but I mean, he was nasty though. Like he always had he had some nastiness to him though. I mean, he's nasty enough to play guard, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that run game needs to work with that Devon A-Chain over there. So but shout out to Farrell. What's going on, big dog? Appreciate you.
What up, Farrell?
Guys. Make sure you guys go hit up Farrell's channel 100%. Go hit him up, man. Go show him some support, man. Appreciate you popping up in. Look, it's not that I'm like hitting the panic mode and concerned after one joint practice, one preseason game, right? But at the end of the day, I'm still waiting to hear those moments of Genty creating his own success. He's the number 6 overall pick. I mean, maybe, yes, it's a damn good defense. Severe, I don't know if you said it earlier, but you definitely said it in our chat, kind of going back and forth. Where I wouldn't be surprised if that Texans defense was ready to take Genty's head off for what he did to them, last year. And so, they maybe came in with a little bit of chip on his shoulder, just kind of putting Genty back in his place. But I'm still waiting for Genty to literally just showcase his worth as a number 6 overall pick. Because even in that first preseason game, I know he only had 3 carries, but at the end of the day, it's like still waiting for it. I still want to see it. He's got to create his own success. And until he does that, Mike Washington Jr. did a damn good of showing how a running back creates his own success without one single run. Now, again, I'm not saying that he's going to overtake Genty or, or overtake the carries, but I'm just saying like that's an example of it. So I'm waiting for it. So we'll see how it works out. We'll see how it rolls. We got this one highlighted. Who got this one?
Yeah, that was me. So that Genty 24 carries for 128. So Genty had 2 100-yard rushing games last year, the Bears game and this one. That's why everybody remembers him so distinctly because he did it no other times. And then so Genty did this against the Texans defense, a defense that was obviously overlooking us. Know why I know the team was obviously overlooking us? Because the very next game we played the Giants, who were the second to last ranked rush team in the NFL, a rush defense in the NFL. You know what Genty did? He ran 16 times for 60 yards. No touchdowns. So he was completely ineffective in that game against the team that was giving up 175 yards on the ground per game on average. He did nothing. And so that's why I know this game was an outlier game against a team that came in there just expecting to win. And they, it almost cost them. But they still got the W.
And who wants to take this one?
Yeah. So what's your take on Genty's vision so far between the tackles? Oh, man. you know, Cam, I don't know if you get a chance to look at all of our a lot of our film study, man. I mean, the thing is, the vision's not always there. I mean, he'll flash here and there, but I mean, there's so many times that he should have bounced it outside, or just cut it back or whatever. But I think a lot of times, what he needs to do as far as bounce it outside, he just doesn't have the explosion to do it. He just doesn't have that explosion. But yeah, I hope that it could get better. But to me, vision isn't one of those things that you can like work on. I think you either just have it or not. It's just, are you an instinctual runner or you're not? So yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this year goes, because this year, more than anything, he's going to need that vision because he lost weight. So he wanted to be a little bit slimmer this year. But the thing is, his running style is he likes the contact. So that's why I'm kind of worried about injuries for him this year, because I keep going back to it. That first big NFL hit he took last year, the boy went under the blue tent, the very first big hit. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, man. But yeah, his vision a little off and on, a little shaky sometimes, but he's gonna need it this year for sure.
For sure.
You want to take a stab at that one before I go?
Yeah, man. We've seen it, man. We've seen it time and time again. We've showed it on film study time and time again, where it's like there's the play, and then there's the play outside of the play. And what you expect from superstar players, from elite level players, is they see the play outside of the play, right? The play might be designed to go through the B gap, but they have the vision to see the play outside of that play and to hit the cutback or the jump cut and jump into the A gap and make something for themselves that wasn't necessarily designed for them, right? Everything for Genty seems like the table has to be made for him, right? They have to, he ain't cooking his own dinner. They got to plate it for him. They got to put the forks down. They got to put the bread in and the drink. Like, he's not doing any of it of himself. So when it's not there for him, then he can't do it. Then he's starving. Then he's going 16 for 60 yards against one of the worst defenses in the league, right? He's putting up 31. And I even think in that game, like, he had 24 of those yards came on one run. So it means for the other 15 carries, he put up 36 yards. So when the table isn't set for him, can you set it yourself? And he hasn't shown the ability to do that.
He hasn't, Chris. I 100% agree. Like, you can't teach vision. And unfortunately at Boise, Genty was not going against NFL competition. He or caliber talent, right? I know you guys have heard me say this before. In the Mountain West, on average, there's like 4 to 5, maybe 6 players get drafted from the Mountain West on average every single year. And on average, it's in like the 5th and 6th round. You know what I'm saying? And so the vast majority of the games that he's playing is not against guys that will be drafted to the NFL. So I think that was one of my biggest concerns with Genty coming to the NFL, is that I don't know if he was going to be able to actually process the speed of the NFL. And if you combine him not being able to process the speed with his running style, he accepts contact. He welcomes contact. He likes to run through contact. And when you're running through defenders that aren't going to even touch the NFL, you try to do that in the NFL, it ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? And so, and because you're also going against guys that aren't going to have the speed to get drafted into the NFL, the speed is going to be vastly different. And it's different from Mike Washington Jr. Mike Washington is coming from an SEC school. He's going against guys that will be drafted to the NFL, a lot of them. And that's even a big jump when it comes to speed. And so ultimately, in my opinion, I think Genty was going to have a really big issue with the speed of the NFL, and it showed last year. And if you couple that with his running style, the amount of times where it was clear as day, you cut left to open space, he cuts right into 3 defenders. And you're just not going to be able to break that many tackles. Is he good at breaking that initial tackle? Yeah, I'll give him that 100%. But to be able to break multiple tackles day in and day out, it's going to be a struggle for him. And there was, as much as our O-line was not very good, there was also plenty of opportunity for Genty to make the right cut in the backfield to create his own success, and then he could be off the races. But he just didn't see it. And when you're picked number 6 overall, we're not talking about a 5th rounder. We're talking about a number 6 overall, and I expect him to be able to see that more times than not. There's going to be times where you don't. The best ones will miss a read here and there, so I don't expect it all the time. But when it happens way too often, that's the reason why a number 6 overall pick, even with a bad offensive line, we're only bragging about literally 2 games. Out of 18 games, you're only pointing to 2 games where you actually had some success. Houston and Chicago. That's it. Out of 18 games, we're hanging our hat. There's more opportunity than just 18 games. So, but what's really good though, and I'll say this, is that now there is actually true competition. Mike Washington Jr. is going to come in with a chip on his shoulder, and he's not going to stand for just being a backup or rotational piece. He's going to want to take that job. And so Genty now has to show exactly what he can do, because if that running back coach or Clint Kubiak sees those opportunities that we saw and broke down on game film day in and day out, and Genty's not taking those opportunities and seeing it correctly or making the right cuts, Mike Washington might be the one doing it. Now, again, I'm not saying he's going to overtake carries, but instead of it being 70-30, we might be looking at 50-50. So, all right, we got a couple stars on this one. Who's got this one?
Yeah, he said, man, the O-line was so bad last year. Oh, can you hear me?
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, he said, man, the O-line was so bad last year, you can't make any sweeping judgments on Genty. Is he a Saquon or Bijan? No. But in this scheme, he will ball out, fingers crossed, on health. Now, you said a lot there. So we can all agree that O-line was terrible, absolutely terrible. We're not, we agree there. Is he Saquon or Bijan? And the answer is no. That's the problem right there. When you pick somebody at 6 overall, you need to be that type of player. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just the type of guy, like someone like a Saquon can go to a Giants, even running behind a bad line, and still make shit happen and still be able to put up crazy yardage, crazy stats. I think he was rookie of the year that year, if I remember correctly.
2,000 all-purpose yards as a rookie for a team that picked him at number 2.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, and again, they didn't have nothing else. It was just him. So I mean, that's the problem. And the thing is, we keep saying it, and salute to you, Stuart. But we don't hate the guy. As much as people think we hate him, we're just being objective. At number 6, man, you got to have a true difference maker type of guy, someone that is going to immediately make other people around him better. We're just saying that the opposite, like he has to have everything has to be in place. As Sabir said, like the table has to be set. Everything is silverware. Everything has to be set for him to eat. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Now, if we get him some more weapons and everything works out, like it should, then Genty can do it. He can do it, but he's not going to be able to make a whole lot of impact on his own. And a number 6 overall pick needs to be able to do that.
Yeah, who's got this one?
Exactly.
I did. Yeah, he says, Randy Moss came from the MAC. So what's your point? Randy Moss originally went to Florida State.
Exactly.
It's not like he was just a MAC guy. He got in some trouble and had to go to MAC.
Yeah,
because of his attitude. It's not like trust me, Randy Moss could have played anywhere. It was just his attitude. He got in trouble. So
he was at Marshall for that specific reason. It wasn't because he couldn't cut it. Randy Moss was a 5-star guy. He could have gone to any school he wanted to go to. Right. So maybe you could have pointed to Ben Roethlisberger or something like that, and maybe then. But even then, every so often you get a guy out of those conferences. Jerry, the greatest football player of all time, went to Mississippi Valley State. There are guys that can make it, right? What did I think T.O. went to, what was it, UAB, I think, or was Tennessee Chattanooga?
Yeah, he went to Tennessee Chattanooga. Yeah, and I think
Chattanooga. Steve McNair went to a HBCU.
Yeah, Steve McNair, Alcorn State. Shannon Sharp went to, where'd he go? I forgot where Shannon Sharp went. Yeah,
was it Prairie View A&M, something like that, or something like that?
Who?
Shannon.
Nah, I forgot where he went.
Savannah State? Nah, it's
I
not
forget,
like
honestly. But yeah, it's like,
but you get guys that are able to do that, right? So I mean, every so often, but by and large, these guys aren't putting up the best they ain't putting the best athlete last time. My dog Quinyon Mitchell was at Toledo. You feel me? Like I wanted to trade back. I didn't want Brock Bowers. I wanted to trade back and take Quinyon Mitchell. You feel me? I probably still might want that. But you get guys, but the thing is that Quinyon Mitchell, he had an NIL deal to go to Alabama. He had Coach Saban personally recruiting him to go there, and he turned it down because he said he wanted to finish what he started at Toledo. So, like, these guys nowadays, especially with the transfer portal, back then it was prohibitive because you'd have to sit out an entire year. Nowadays, the freedom of movement, if you're a good player, perfect example, Jermod McCoy, he started out at Oregon State, and then Tennessee was like, oh, you don't belong at Oregon State. Come to the SEC where the real football players are. We're going to pay you some money to do it. So with now, these guys don't stay forever at these schools unless it's like out of some kind of loyalty or some kind of like family dynamic where they, or unless they're busting their entire budget on one player because that one player is putting butts in the seats and generating money for the program. Other than that, these kids can go wherever they want to. So nowadays, it's not like back in the day where these guys get overlooked. Because now, if you got the skills, they're gonna pay your bills. Yeah, they're gonna pay your bills. So,
and the only thing I'll add, and we'll kind of cut the Genty talk, is look, we picked him at number 6 overall. We were the worst rushing team in the National Football League prior to Genty, and then we were the worst rushing team in the National Football League with Genty. You have other picks like Tedderone McMillan that instantly made Bryce Young better.
Right.
Instantly. Bryce Young became a better quarterback when Tedderone McMillan showed up. Ashton Genty couldn't even make us the 3rd worst. We were literally the worst rushing team. And then you have Quinshon Junkins that had probably just as bad as an offensive line with 2 to 3 less games, less carries in a rotational backfield. And he could have outrushed Genty if he would have played those 3 games. And that's a 2nd round running back.
Yeah.
And so look, again,
but peep this, 805, peep this, right? They bring up the Texan game. In that game, Genty ran 25 times for 128, right? One of his biggest run was 51 yards. That means for those other carries, he ran 77 yards on 24 carries. That's like 3 point something yards per carry. There were like 3.1, 3.2 yards per carry. On all of his other carries, he was 3 point. He has one big play. And that same thing happened in the Chicago game. It's just one big play. If he is not able to pop a big play, then he's not a guy that's going to produce with any kind of regularity.
So again, and we all agree, the offensive line was not good, but at the end of the day, with the number 6 overall, it's like getting a good offensive coordinator. You would hope that good offensive coordinator is going to compensate for some of the deficiencies of maybe lack of talent on the offense, so on and so forth. You would hope that Genty could actually compensate for some of the lack of talent on the offensive line, especially when you get him in open space. We showcased plenty of opportunities of him in open space, and he didn't take advantage of it. Again, we're pointing back to 2 games and really 2 touches, and that's what we're all bragging about. He had 17 games worth of opportunity. So, but either way, look, we hope he does better. We hope this offensive line gets better because we all know in order for a running back ultimately to look good, it's all established by the offensive line. So let's hope we all have a better season, and we won't have this Genty talk too much. So, all right, let's get into the Houston game tomorrow. Again, if you guys want to hang out, I'll be live tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Go check it out. We'll do a raffle for a few jerseys if you want to get included in that. Let's do this. Players to watch for tomorrow. Obviously, we had some struggles against the Houston Texans in that joint practice. I want to say that Houston already came out saying that they are not going to play a lot of their starters.
Yeah.
And so it'll be really interesting. One thing that I definitely watch for when I go and I evaluate the film, when I go and try to understand just how well a player is doing, you also got to know who are they going up against. You know what I'm saying? So if it's like a starting offensive lineman going against a bunch of third stringers, how impressive does that look? And how well can you evaluate that? And so let's talk about some of the guys on the offensive side. Chat, let me know who you're looking for on the offensive side. Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first. Give us a couple guys that you're really going to be watching for, just kind of see how these guys perform.
We going offensive line? We going offense first, or are we going it's overall?
Offense first.
Offense first. Obviously, we're going with the YN. We're going with the YN. My guy Charles Trent Williams Grant. Do we need to pull up the Mike Washington play to see that? I think everybody's seen it already. So I will say I want to see how he recovers from the kiss of death he was really recently given. If somebody hit him with that, I want to make sure, because if he's able to overcome this, he might be the greatest offensive lineman that ever walked the face of the earth. Right? If he's able to overcome the kiss of death, he may be the greatest. But obviously, I want to see what he looks like. I want to see what Malik Benson looks like. Right? I think he had some positive showing. So I want to see what he looks like. Mike Washington is another one obvious. I want to see, and then quick honorable mention, EJ Williams. I think he had a nice showing out there, and we're kind of desperate for any kind of help we can get at wide receiver. And if he can continue to produce in these preseason games, and I heard he's doing all right in practice as well, he can sneak his way onto this roster somehow. So I'm interested to see what he does as well.
We got Edgar Sosa, man. You definitely want to check out Naylor. God damn you, Cheeto. Hey, we're talking about offense over here. Pay attention. God damn it, Cheeto. Eton Raider Dad. I'm going with Raider Dad. You looking for Benson? All right, let's go. Not about. You got Caleb and Mike Washington Jr., Rick L. You got Besh, Zune, and Benson. All right, Chris, man. Some offensive guys you're looking for. Just kind of evaluate, see how they're doing. If there's some progression, you want to see them do better. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Severe said a lot of them, but yeah, Trey Zune, I definitely want to see what he does. I want to see who's going to be able to kind of step up, on that offensive line. So I do want to see him. I want to see what Caleb Rogers is going to do. I want to see your boy Meredith. I want to see somebody kind of, go to this guard. I'm just saying, I want to see someone kind of take over, on that guard position, and really take a good hold of it. Again, like you said, we already said Benson, Mike Washington, all those guys. I think that's about it. I don't know. Is Thornton's probably still out, isn't he? Is he still out?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just practicing on the side.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd still like to see Michael Mayer get some good reps again. I just think from a confidence standpoint, I think he needs that to kind of get rolling and to believe in himself again. So I would like to see him have another good game. Yeah, that's probably about it. Those are probably the main guys. Yeah, for me. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to see Mendoza get a lot of burn again. Give him at least a half minimum.
Oh, yeah, got to have a half for sure.
I got to see Jack Besh stack another good game. Keep stacking them. One game is great, but at the end of the day, it's about a body of work. So Jack Besh, I see you stack another good game. And then honestly, I want to see this entire offensive line just work as a unit, because I'm not giving Spytek any slack this time.
Oh no,
he's got zero excuses outside of multiple injuries. He's got zero excuse why this offensive line should not be at least top 15. In top 15, I would still be a little skeptical. I want to see top 10, because you've now had 2 off seasons to produce an offensive line. It better work. And then I kind of lump it all together, but Jack Besh again, stack a game, but who's going to be that next kind of breakout receiver, right? Chris, you talked about Michael Mayer. Want to see him stack another good game. We all know what Brock Bowers is, but man, who is going to be that just compliment? Is Jalen Naylor going to do anything? I want to see him kind of get some burn a little bit. So Yeah, most importantly, I want Mendoza to get minimum 2 quarters, but I also want to see this offensive line work like a unit. I got to see them open up some holes for the running backs, create some lanes, and really just dominate on the ground. I don't care if it's second string or third string. Just show that you can dominate in the trenches, and let's get some momentum going into at least that third preseason game. So that's kind of my biggest thing. I definitely want to see. I want to see this offensive line kind of work as a unit. What up, Roth? What's going on, big dog? Good seeing you in the building. Damn, you're saying I think the running back Washington will emerge as a fan favorite and take a 60-40 lead. Genty, bold take.
He liked Washington coming out of college. I was one of his guys.
Did he?
Yeah.
I said, look, like I think Mike Washington is going to be more explosive. He will probably have the more explosive runs, and then it'll just start that conversation of should Mike Washington just get more touches, more carries. And so Nadabai said Benson is going to become an
elite. I think elite if he stays humble.
Elite. Oh, I see it below. Elite if he stays humble. I hope so, man. I hope
he become Antoine Rondellel.
Right. All right, so let's jump over to the defensive side. Players you're watching for. What players do you guys want to see just kind of either elevate their game? Maybe you want to see a little more burn out of them, a little more expectation. So, Chris, let me know. Defensive side. I saw seeing Sloan.
Yeah. It's so much. I ain't gonna name everybody because I'm gonna leave you guys.
Leave you something.
Yeah. I gotta leave y'all some. But I mean, just off jump, man. We want to see Stooks. I heard he was getting some first team reps over the last couple days. So I definitely want to see what he can do. Crawford, of course. I mean, I want to see him. Get after it, make some plays. Like to see, would love to see a sack or something from him. I'm not sure if Kuntz is going to play, but I actually want to see Kuntz, man. I still want to make sure Kuntz still got the juice, after that injury. And of course, I'm looking at our two young corners, with Massis and McCoy. I want to see if McCoy has that, that short-term memory, I had a rough time last week, kind of got baptized a little bit. Forget about it. You got to be like a quarterback, go on to the next throw. So I want to see, if he's a guy that can have confidence and play, So yeah, I'll stay there. I'll let you out of rest.
No, I'm just laughing, Chris, because you know what happened the last time our corner got baptized.
Oh, literally. Oh man.
It's a little
the Jacorian Bennett, man.
It was done. It was a wrap.
He went in that holy water and came up trash.
They took his football spirit, replaced it with the Holy Spirit.
They cleansed him from his football skills, man. Man.
I'm gonna throw it to you in just a second, but Jude, I see this 2 off seasons to build an offensive line. Counting last year, the staff just got here. Don't matter. Spytech has had plenty of draft picks, plenty of opportunity in the offseason. Yes, he got Linderbaum, which is great, but plenty of draft picks just basically as of right now. I know we got Charles Grant. I'm not making eye contact with this guy over here, but plenty of opportunity to fix this offensive line with your draft picks, with 21 draft picks. You fix this offensive line. I don't care what scheme it is. You fix it by year 2. Because you also drafted a running back at number 6 overall. So if you ain't got it fixed, I don't care if it's a different regime, it's on you. So
yeah. Hey, Sheila, let me ask you a question. When you first start a job, you expect to get paid for your first 2 days, don't you? Or you should you expect a paycheck. You just got here. We don't start counting money to the 3rd day. Like, no, bro. You was here day 1 and day 2. You was here year 1 and year 2. You had the most cap space last year, and you spent the biggest signing you made in terms of free agency was Alex fucking Kappa. Like, nah, bro, I'm counting everything you do.
Yeah,
100%. Severe, man. Defensive side, players you're looking at.
I mean, Chris named the whole damn roster. I mean, goddamn.
I love a few. I love a few for you.
I mean, oh my God, obviously, seeing Sloan, people mentioned it. With Stooks and Crawford off top, I want to see them. Masters and McCoy off top. I want to see what McCoy does. Heard he had a pretty good day against Nico Collins in some spots. So them, but then I seeing Sloan, see if he's able to follow up on the positive performance he had last week. Patrick Johnson, to see if he's a guy that tries to make a push to make this team. See what Greedy Vance does to follow up on his pretty good play from last week, right? He's a guy that kind of maybe on a roster bubble. A lot of people thought he was on the outside looking in. I already had him out the league, so we gonna see. He fighting for a spot. And then everybody on the interior defensive line. But I want to see Butler step up, see what Tonka does. My guy Pagees, he had a solid play. See what he does. And the player I want to see most of all, the player I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see this man take the field. Dude, it's that 4-4, baby. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see this man play. I want to see this man play himself out the NFL, bro. I've been waiting. I want to see this man play himself off the roster. Man. I can't wait. My popcorn. T.O. said, "Get your popcorn ready." Oh, my popcorn already popped.
That's crazy. Man. I'm telling you, Rick. We already talked about offense. Don't be throwing that name out there anymore. You can get somebody all riled up.
Yeah.
No, baby. YN.
Look,
we didn't leave you much. 805. We ain't leave you.
No, I mean,
Tokyo Toe. Well, no, he ain't decent.
I need my boy Cody Lindenberg to stack another good game. You didn't
yeah. Cody looked all right.
I love Cody for you.
Yeah, Cody looked all
right.
I'm
gonna tell you right now, if anybody of our starting linebackers gets hurt, we know we cannot trust one guy that's been on this team. No, we can't trust one guy. So Cody Lindenberg, he's got to be the backup. He's got to be that green dot that steps up if somebody gets hurt. And so I really want to see Cody Lindenberg really start to flash. But I'll be honest, it Stooks. I got to see Stooks get in there and do something because he's a second-round draft pick. That's got to be a day one starter. That's got to be a guy that's going to be able to chip away and find himself a starting role really, really early. It's not like, I mean, yes, if he starts, ends up starting, week 15 and does okay, he ends up being a starter. But there was starting talent in that second round that could help us today. So I got to see Stooks. And look, I hear a lot about my guy Adam Butler. God damn it. All right. He's going to be fine. You guys, don't you worry. He's a veteran. Veterans don't get paid much for preseason. He's doing his thing. He's letting the young bucks get a little bit burned. All right.
Oh, okay.
Worried about my guy Adam Butler. Okay. But look, I'll be real. I think if Tonka Hemingway just does not pan out the way that all the beat writers and the guys at practice were hyping him up, it's going to be a similar season, or could be a similar season as to what we saw last year. Adam Butler was going to be, I think, absolutely dominant with a Christian Wilkins right next to him.
Right.
That tandem was going to be nasty, and that's honestly what I was excited to see. Because I think we all know Adam Butler, he's not a featured D tackle. Like, he's a good D tackle, but he's not the featured guy. He's not the guy. He's not a Jeffrey Simmons. He's not what Christian Wilkins was. He's not a Chris Jones, in his heyday. He's a damn good complimentary D tackle. But is he the main guy? He could be a serviceable main guy, but he is not the guy. He's not a top 5 D tackle in the league. But that's where my excitement came from, was the fact that you pair him up with somebody next to him, that tandem could be absolutely nasty. Because last year, Butler, he just took on the double team because there was really nobody to help. They thought that Thomas Booker was going to be the guy, and we tried to tell everybody in preseason Thomas Booker will not be the guy, and that's what ended up happening. And so we need someone else to step up, just so that, again, Adam Butler doesn't have to take on the double team every single snap. If we can do that and create that, then I think we can have a decent tandem on the inside. But that's why Tonka. Let's see what you could do. So, and then shout out to let's see, Alec M in the building. What's going on, man? I don't know if you guys talked about it, but just because of the hype, like Tonka Hemingway, I do want to see him step up.
Yeah.
Like, prove us wrong that these beat writers are right. Like, I mean, that's the hard part is we got the hype from Deontay Thornton in training camp last year, and that just fell on its face. And now you got the hype of Tonka. And again, when I came back from training camp, I said, look, Tonka, he looked quicker, but it was hard to really see what impact he had in that training camp because, I couldn't see who he was going up against. And again, it's training camp. You know, he could have been going up against our third string guard. I have no clue. So, but I guess what I'll leave it with is I got to see a better performance just out of our kickers overall. I don't care if it's Matt Gay, I don't care if it's Tokyo Toe, but there's a lot of times where you're basically in one score games, and those field goals are going to be the difference between whether or not you have a chance at the end of the game. And if you let go of a guy like, what was our kicker's name?
Carson.
Yeah, Carson.
You get rid of Carson because yes, did he have an off year? He did, but he also had years that he was on, and so you know if you just get rid of him, maybe it was a money thing. I understand that, but ultimately at the end of the day, this kicking game cannot be the reason why we lose close games. So I definitely want to see this kicking game improve and be right. So, shout out to everybody, man. Okay, so look, we kind of just talked about what we wanted to see. We're going to go kind of last takes. We talked about offense. We talked about defense. In the middle of that, we kind of talked about players that we wanted to shine. With the Houston Texans reporting that they're not going to play their starters. Do you expect a lot of our starters? I don't know if Clint Kubiak came out and said that that our starters are playing. I don't know if he said that was going to be the case. Chat, let me know if he stated anything. But do you want to see our starters go back out there? Do you want to see our starters with Kirk Cousins, the rest of that starting offense? Do you want to see them get burned? And how many series do you want that starting offense to get out there? Chat, let me know. Severe, let me know. Do you want to see that starting offense out there, and for how much?
Yeah, I want to see them back out there. I want to say last week they did one series. I want at least 2 series this week. You know, if nothing else, they're going to be going against the Texans tools. They just got dominated in the joint practice. They got to kind of wash the nasty taste out their mouth. They've been eating some Midwest tacos. They need to go ahead and get some cleanse the palate. Need to cleanse the palate, and that's the best way to do it. As you know it, build your confidence against these tools. Let Kirk Cousins get out there, get the feel for the game with some actual pass rush. See if his arm, and we already kind of know his arm's kind of dead, but he's warming up. See if it livens up a little bit more, and see what our starting offense can do.
You crazy, man.
That is hilarious. But yeah, see what we can do. See what our young wideouts can do. See if Best is able to follow up. Get these guys a little bit more rhythm and a little bit more chemistry, and like some pseudo live action.
Jeff, I see your chat down there. I'm going to get to it. I promise. But who started this one? Then Chris,
I did. Yeah, we all know Hemingway ain't gonna do shit. We've been doing this for years. Come on now, these beat writers spend all offseason hyping up guys for their positive attitudes. I mean, look, my man is not lying. No, I detect no lies.
Bloody Raider gets it.
Man, they do it every year. They pick a fan favorite. It's usually at a position of need. It's this like we talked about it last year. We were desperate for wide receiver help, and it was it's Dante Thornton. He's gonna be the guy. It's a different guy every single offseason that's supposed to be this breakthrough player, and it's going to change our lives and do something that they've never done or haven't demonstrated they can do. And it almost never works out. The one time it got close, what was my guy Denarius Moore. My guy
Oh, yeah.
Denarius Moore was the one guy
not
that
close. He was it.
He had a nice season, but he didn't even put up 1,000 yards. That's what say he got close. He didn't even put up 1,000 yards. He put up like 900. Yeah, like 800, 900. But so he got close to being like a kind of a breakout guy. But it's never really happened. I remember my guy Clive Walford. You couldn't guard Clive Walford, right? You couldn't guard Clive
Walford. His name was Clive.
Exactly. His name Clive.
Yeah, I can't root for nobody.
He was made to be a Raider with a name like Clive. He was made to be. So but unfortunately, ATV ended him early, and so but they do it all the time, man. These guys almost never live up to the hype. So we shall see. We shall see.
We will. And Jeff, I see your super chat down below. I promise you, we're gonna get to that super chat. Chris, thoughts on just, do you want to see the starters out on offense tomorrow? Do you want to see them all together as a unit, and for how much?
I'm not really tripping about them playing tomorrow just because they're not playing against the ones anyway. And I know coaches have a different philosophy on what they do for that third preseason game. So if they're not going to play at all in the third preseason game, then of course, I want 2 to 3 drives tomorrow. But yeah, if I could, to be honest, like I want to see some of those younger guys, man. But I'm talking about on the offensive side of the ball. Now, defense, them ones need to be out there. Every last one of those starters need to be out there besides Max. Like, everyone that played last week that just looked like trash, they need to be out there. They absolutely, they need all the reps they can get. So as far as the defense side of the ball, you guys don't deserve just to sit on the sideline with your ball caps on. So the offense.
What about the mental reps they would get, Chris? You don't respect the mental reps? What about the mental reps they would get watching? You don't respect the.
Hey, some people get too many mental reps, man. He could mental rep his ass to another team, but get out there, man. Like I said, especially on defense. That I want to see if that was just a one-off last week.
Yeah. All right, Severe, real quick thoughts on defense, on the defense side. You want to see the starters on defense?
Yeah, man. Yeah, as Chris said, bro, those dudes. Not only did they get their ass whipped last week, I think I was looking at a stat. Every single Arizona running back that ran the ball averaged more than 4 yards a carry. Every single one. So we got all those dudes to be out there. We had our third round pick playing into the deep of the part of the third quarter. Yeah. Right? He playing guys that have no business in uniform. They know damn well they just living out their dream. They living out their dream one last time. So and he still couldn't make an impact. He out there with his hands on his hips, huffing and puffing. So all these dudes need to be out there outside of Max. And I would give Quay and Kobe, hey, let the birds get out there. See what they can do. Let them play with the first team. Let's see what give Cody the green dot. I don't trust Eichenberg with it. Give Cody the green dot, and let those guys rock out, get a whole bunch of reps. Like I said, man, I want as much film on Eichenberg out there as possible. I want him to get all the tape. So there's no decision. They're like, man, this guy, we can't keep him on the roster. So the defense obviously needs work. And we have so much youth, especially in the secondary, that these guys need as much reps as possible. Start all the young guys. Throw Porter out there. Throw McCoy out there. Massis, obviously Stooks. Dalton Johnson, get out there. All the young guys need to play. But the starting defense, they definitely need the reps. Way more than the offense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to say one thing as it relates to just practice, like Tonka Hemingway and Bloody Raider, man. You made your comment, and it's like, look, the one thing that I noticed when I went out to training camp, and I said this before, is when you see those beat writers, they come out on the field. When you see those guys that are reporting, giving you the reports of what they see at practice, half the time they're not even paying attention. Half the time they're just chopping it up with each other. Half the time they have their backs to the entire offense or defense, and they really can't give you a true evaluation because they're not even paying attention. And that's what I noticed when I went to training camp. And so I know training camp's over. So if anybody attends training camp next year, I highly recommend just pay attention to what they're looking at. And half the damn time, they're not even paying attention. And so not sure how you can make an evaluation when you literally have your back to the offense or defense when they're actually running team. So I'm just going to throw that out there. When it comes to me real quick, and then Jeff, I'm going to get to your super chat. We'll talk about it for a second. Like I'd like to see Kirk Cousins get a minimum of 2 series minimum. Again, it just depends on how long the series goes. If it's just 3 and out and 3 and out, go get another one. Go get another series, right? But if you can get like an 8 to 9 play series back to back, okay, cool. 2 series.
Yeah.
Out. I want to see that offensive line kind of gel. I want to see really what they look like. God, because this receiver room, I got to see more. Jack Besh, man, again, stack some games. On the defensive side, I definitely want to see the starters get out there. I'll be honest, I'm not too concerned about, guys like Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker.
Right.
Those guys are going to be out there and they're going to ball, right? And so it's like the same with Max, right? I think that those guys are going to play at the high level. And so I'm not too concerned about that, but definitely get the youngsters out there. Let's see what Greedy Vance can do. I think if Greedy Vance can stack another game like he did against Arizona, he might find himself making this 53-man roster.
Right.
So let these guys fight for it. Let these younger guys really get some burn. So, yeah, I definitely want to see some starters out there. But, man, these young guys, let's see what they can do. All right, shout out to Jeff. With that super chat, big dog. You have to play the video of Mendoza from today with the press. You will scratch your head at what the hell he was talking about. Now, are you saying about the video today? Because I didn't know if there was a presser for today. I know that there was one yesterday after training camp.
Yeah, there was one. There was one today too. It was equally as bad. He just be saying stuff like he says words, but the words, I don't know if the words don't mean what he think they mean, or he don't know how to connect the words together to form, because he just be saying stuff. He's like what? Like what? Like what do you mean? Like it's like somebody described him. He's like Jameis Winston, but with like a touch of autism. Like that's what somebody described him as.
Yeah, because he does have that outgoing personality like Jameis. Like you could tell he wants to be that.
Yeah. But Jameis is entertaining. Like,
he is.
Like Fernando and funny. Fernando is just like, it's like not like cringy, but it's just like kind of like just nerdy. It's like
Jameis Winston comes off like that is him.
That's true. That's him. That's him 1,000%.
Yeah,
that's him 1,000%.
Fernando, it's like, is this really you? Are you trying way too hard? Because whenever he talks, I guess we're going to get into this for a second. Whenever he talks, it's really difficult because it feels like every time he talks, it's like he's trying to describe something just epic.
Yeah. The hand.
Like it's just the most amazing thing that's going on right now. And it's like he's trying to just describe things in the best way possible every single time. And he's trying to bring the words together to paint this beautiful picture of words to the reporters every single time. And it's like, sometimes, man, you could just say, hey, I struggled today. I'm going to learn from it. Next question. Like it doesn't need to be this epic jumble of words every single time.
But the crazy thing, his little brother's like that too.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
His little brother's like that too.
Look, don't even get me started. When they had his little brother talking, I'm like, bro,
sit your butt down, man.
Get this little man off the screen and talk about some football. I don't care about this man. Like, get this little kid off the screen. Just let him go sit by his mama and his daddy.
Yeah, little brother.
I don't want to see this dude. I'm trying to see the Raiders. My team out here looking trash. I'm trying to see what we got this little kid talking about some nonsense. Talking about, we loved Vegas and we went to all the shows and like, bro, I don't give a damn. I don't know what you was doing.
Yeah.
Go do your homework, bro. Ain't school started yet?
Like that, and that's where it's tough because I get it. I get it, right? I mean, I know that people said he's taking classes and stuff like that. He's media trained. He really is, and it comes off
absolutely
very media trained.
Yeah, absolutely.
the issue that I've had is that I just don't know how genuine it is. Like, who is he really? You know, when you're behind closed doors, like you're amongst grown ass men, and they're going to weed you out if you're not genuine. If that's truly not you,
I think that's really him, though. I mean, I
it could be.
It comes off as like but I think that's really him. But yeah, it's just weird, man. It's weird.
I think I don't think it's him. But I think he doesn't know how to interact with people. So he's trying to emulate what he thinks people want to see. So he does this stuff.
You don't think that personality is him? You don't think that personality is him?
I just think he's a person that really doesn't have a personality. I think he's a person that doesn't have a personality. So I think he's trying to like I said, it's almost like a cyborg trying to assimilate to humans, where he's like, oh yeah, and it's just okay, how does this guy, like, you could tell he watched people or watched public speakers, so he's trying to do what public speakers do, but he don't know what the hell he's doing, and he doesn't know why people are doing it, and so he just does everything that he sees them do and thinks it's gonna work, but it just comes off like I don't know, it just don't come off correctly.
I'm with you. And I think it just goes back to maybe he's just nervous. This is kind of his first run. And obviously speaking to like NFL press or whatever, like, I don't know if there's some nervousness around it, but it feels like he needs to just tell an epic story every single time someone asks him a question. And I think he's just got to tailor that back a little bit. But I'll tell you right now, though, people are eating it up. People love it. The fan base loves it.
Oh yeah.
Bam, Raider Ryan. Bam.
Like Dexter. Like Dexter, though.
Bam. He hit it. But that's it. But Mendoza's dark passenger is something else. We're gonna fight about that after he retires. He'll fight after he retires. Like, whoa, Mendoza was doing what?
But it's Dexter trying to overly explain something. Because I don't watch a lot of TV. I do not watch a lot of series at all, but I did watch Dexter, though. Shout out to Dexter. My wife, she got me watching it. I was like, all right, I'll watch it with you. But imagine if Dexter was having to explain something over and over in the greatest detail possible. Like, that's probably a really good comparison. So I think, Jeff, did you just send something to me? I think you did.
Yeah, I think it was the Fernando video.
Oh no. All right. Well, let me just see. Maybe we'll play it one time.
Let's see what it looks like. Might as well.
Then we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna play it one time. I appreciate everybody rocking with us. Again, look, the personality, man. If it works in the locker room, let's do it.
I've been criticizing his personality. That was my first big concern with him. That's the first thing I said about him, was that I thought he was fake. Like, I thought that after he had the big win against, was it Penn State or somebody, when he was crying. Well, actually, it was before that. It was before that, because he had a post game before that where I sent it to Pharaoh, and then when he had the big win against another team, he had like the exact same post game speech, and I was like, bro, this is not real. You're not a real person.
When he calls teammates conglomerates, that's what I was
God.
I was through then. I'm like, I'm done,
my
bro.
God.
Me and my conglomerates. I'm like, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here.
Oh my God.
All right, let me see. I think I got it. Let me see if I can do this.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh man.
All right, here we go. I think I got it. All right, I'm gonna hit play. Let me get this down. I'm gonna hit play, and then you guys let me know if you can hear it. Oh no, actually, hold on. No. Nope. Give me a second. Let me do it right. Share screen. I gotta make sure I get the audio too. Get the audio as well. Okay, let me press play. Let me know if you can hear it. Give me a thumbs up.
I think with an opportunistic mindset.
Okay, let me rewind it. All right, chat. Here we go. You guys, chat, you can thank Jeff for this one. Thank Jeff. Here we go.
I think with an opportunistic mindset. it's such a blessing and an honor to be able to play with the ones, but it's also a blessing and honor to play with the twos and the threes and get reps in general. So I'm very blessed. I see it as an opportunity of the coaching staff believing in me. Whatever opportunity I get, I want to take advantage of and make sure that if there are positives from that, learn from it. If there's negatives from that, learn from it. If there's neutrals, learn from it. So I think it's great to get the speed of the game because every group is fast, but the ones might be elevated a little bit more. So to get that speed of the game, be in there, be able to not only execute the play, but also command the huddle, see and read the defense pre-snap, post-snap. There's so many different elements that I think are elevated and accelerated with that group.
The other end of that spectrum was the pass to Brock Bowers. A big play on that. How reassuring, for you, for your confidence, is making that play, not just from you, but from the team standpoint as well.
I mean, both of those were against the Texans' one's defense, which shows the spectrum of how I'm a rookie quarterback. I need to get better and learn from experiences, but those are two experiences I learned from, good and bad. And sometimes you might even learn from the bad a little bit more than the good. So I think, well, the offensive lineman blocked fantastic on that play, and Brock Bowers is no explanation needed. Brock Bowers, so it made it easier there.
Oh, my God. This man has the mannerisms of an interior decorator. It's like, it's like I said, it's always just so forced, man. It's also forced. Like you learn from the goods, you learn from the batch, you learn from the neutrals. Like what? What are you talking about, bro? Like what are you saying? He's like, it's a blessing to play with the ones, a blessing to play with the twos, but we should play your ass with the threes then. How about that? Like, you just saying stuff to say stuff, man. You're just saying stuff to say stuff. Then he always got to hit you with a rhyme. He's a little bit elevated, a little bit accelerated. He got to hit you with a rhyme. He gonna hit you with a rhyme somewhere. He thought he was slick with that one. He tried to get that one off late.
I mean, look, actually, I'll be honest. The one that I think he had yesterday was a little bit harder to go through.
Oh yeah, yesterday was tough.
Yesterday was tough. Yesterday's press conference was a rough one. And so, but look, like Chris, you might be 100% right. That is truly his personality, and that's who he is.
Yeah, man.
Then it's genuine, and the players will see that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the hope that is genuine.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're picking a little bit. It is what it is.
That's all good.
Well, yes. Stop being so sensitive, Alec, and have a laugh a little bit, bro. You guys are so negative and so big. Laugh, bro. It's okay to have a sense of humor. You know,
fun, man. But trust me, we want him to be a dog, man. You're
gonna need a sense of humor as the season goes on. Trust me.
Right, exactly. This might be the only time we get a chance to laugh, man. Let's enjoy it now.
But yeah, Jeff, yesterday's one was man, that was rough to get through. So, but hey, like, look, ultimately, like, we're not talking shit like he's a bad kid. Like, he's probably one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life, without question. You know, so it's not dogging on his personality.
Like, Mendoza's the type of person that folds his dirty clothes. Like, he's that type of person.
He reads all the terms and conditions.
Exactly. He designates what cookies he wants and doesn't want. Like, he's that kind of person, right? He's well, I'm sure he's organized and thorough. Very thorough.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Hey guys, we're gonna get out of here. We definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us. We appreciate everybody popping up in here. We got the better half in here.
The better half.
Yeah, better half.
Man. Now Leo can go. Now Leo can get up out of here.
That's the one that don't drink Smirnoff Ice out in the relationship right there. There we go. That's the one that don't.
Oh man.
That's my dog right there.
Hey man, and do me a favor. Do her a favor. Please, before this week is out, Cheeto has some Tokyo Toe shirts for sale. Please.
Buy them now.
Buy them now.
Buy them now.
They will be collector's items.
Oh, man. It'll be one of the giveaways tomorrow. Oh, man. I appreciate you popping up in here. Good times. Holy Jesus. Hey, appreciate everybody. Yeah, do us a huge favor. Just hit that like button, even if we, talk about Mendoza.
Yeah, it's all love, man. We love the team, man. We just want to. Oh, damn, Cheetah.
Oh my God.
We didn't say it. We didn't say it.
Yeah.
Didn't type that at all.
Fact, Design.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's all we care about, man.
I tell everybody, man, I've raised kids as Raider fans. And my oldest is 20, my youngest is 10. So I still am raising them as Raider fans. I want them to see a winning goddamn team. So I want us to win just as much as everybody. You know what I'm saying? So we're just having a little bit of fun. But hey, before we get out of here, I will be live tomorrow, 4 p.m. For the Houston game, doing a little bit of a raffle for 3 jersey shot to Cheeto. If you want to get involved, that we'll have a giveaway at the end for everybody that gets into the raffle. So definitely tap in tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to go live for the entire game. Chris,
if you buy a Tokyo Toe shirt from Leo, you might get double entries in the raffle. You never know. You know, we may come up with something like that. You never know, man. Go get a Tokyo Toe. You might get extra, slots in the raffle. Who knows, man?
Look, man, for every Tokyo Toe shirt bought tomorrow, I will personally enter you into the raffle with my own money. How about that? Personally. You got to send me the receipt, though. I got to see the receipt.
Yeah. Man, appreciate you, Jacks Raiders. Yeah, my two. Good seeing you. 4 p.m. Pacific time. 4 p.m. hour before kickoff. We're gonna go live and have a little bit of fun. All right, Chris, man. Let everybody know what you got going on, and go ahead and plug, man, that week 3 situation.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Chris will Protect the Shield podcast. As I said before, oh shoot, that's the wrong one. Hold on, man.
Yeah, that's definitely going down.
We ain't going that. Hey, week 3, man. Throw down in the Bayou, whatever. Put on by the crew, Myra G and the Tailgaters. Myself, Severe, Turf are gonna be some of the hosts there. Private party right there on Bourbon Street at Pat O'Brien's. They're known for their hurricanes. All you can eat food, all you can eat drink. Hit me up for tickets. Also got the information there. If you're looking to get a wristband and all that stuff, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be fire. And then also week 1, all of us going to be together, kicking it for, we got that party, like he said, at Tap and Nash with our boy Dub. And we're just going to be kicking it all weekend, man. So definitely get with us.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's going to be fun. Severe, let them know where they could find you, man.
Man, you guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, IG, Kick, Twitch, Truth Social, still thugging it out over there. Tuesdays and Thursdays with my dog Pharaoh NFL, the 50-50 show and Around the Shield, man. We got a big announcement coming up for Around the Shield, man. Something I know y'all gonna love. Something a lot of people been reaching out, asking me about personally to make something like this happen. We making it happen. The fans spoke. And I have listened. So we're going to make that happen. That announcement is going to be coming up soon. And obviously on Wednesdays and Sundays in the Raider War Room, my dog, Chris from Protect the Shield, and 805 Raider, keeping it real. Y'all know the deal. Fernando.
Bars. Bar guy.
Man, I just appreciate you guys popping up in here with us. You guys know I'm 805 Raider. Real talk. Raider Nation. I just rock up in here with my guys Wednesdays, and we're now hitting you with Sundays and having a good time, man. But we appreciate all the support. We appreciate the subscribers, the viewers. We appreciate the members and the super chat. Shout out to you guys. And Coach, man, we were just waiting for you. That's what we were waiting for.
Yeah, talking about you guys still won, man.
Yeah.
Don't act like you wasn't here when we was cooking.
Tommy.
Yeah, act like he left and came back. Nah, we know you was there.
He been in the background punching air.
Yeah.
Look at John, but you get out of here. Get out of here.
It's Odie now. It's not Ami no more.
He just switched up.
He just switched up his Caucasian linebackers.
Odie. Shout out to you, John, but appreciate you popping up in here.
Salute, man. Salute.
Yeah, but hey, shout out to everybody, man. Again, appreciate you guys. Just a big favor. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Again, like they all said, we hit you on Wednesdays and Sundays. And when we start off the season, we have every game on Sundays. So definitely we'll tap in after the game. We'll hit you guys Sunday nights with just a recap of the game. We're going to break down some game film on Wednesdays and get you guys feedback on that. So appreciate y'all, man. Again, tap in with me tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 1 hour before kickoff. We'll go live. So have a great rest of your evening. Have a great start to your Thursday. And man, it's kickoff tomorrow. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your evening. We're out of here. Peace.